we're going to work on oil wells. This first video is going to go over the stance of oil wells, getting alignment, getting started. We'll go into the actual move in the next video. So most of T-tap, we have our toes forward. We will with oil wells as well, but the feet are usually fairly close together, either forefingers between the ball joints or hip ball joint width apart. For oil wells, we get to go a little bit wider, which is that shoulder width. Now, if you've watched my instructionals on plies, you will know how to do that. But let's say you haven't, and you wonder, well, how do I actually know where my shoulders are? Because for some reason, we think our shoulders are way out here, or we're thinking, oh, I have to go down between my legs, so my shoulders need to, or my feet need to be really wide. So if we turn sideways here, if you get hinge from your hips, and then just hinge forward, and let the hands fall, that will give you a visual of where shoulder width is. Now your heels should be either in line with the hands here, or just slightly outside. Unless you have super long legs, you're not going to be way out here. And even then, you're going to have to be careful you're not too high. So once you find what you think is your sweet spot, not too wide, but a little bit wider than traditional stance, you keep those toes forward. We're going to softly bend. Yes, we're going to put that tuck curl here, put the organs up and in, hand on lower back, big inhale. Exhale, belly button up and back. Now that's going to feel much stranger with those legs wide, but you can still do it. Then tighten those bonds. Inhale again. Exhale, stretch, get ribs up, shift weight back and off big toe. So once you're in position where you think you need to be, and as you hinge again from those hips and come forward, you should form a house. So you should have walls and roof. If your feet are too wide, then you're going to be putting pressure on that knee. The knee's actually going to be coming in, not what we want. And that's what I call a modern Frank Lloyd Wright house. not a good walls when they're sloped out like that. This would be more like a gingerbread house, right, with the walls sloping in, but that's going to put pressure on your knee in a different way. Again, not good. You're also not going to get full activation in the legs and be able to open up that sciatic nerve by opening out from the ankles up, because you're going to be all pinching it there. So when you're hinged forward and you push the knees out off big toe, you should have relatively straight walls and a roof here. So that's how you know that you're about in the right positions. Just walk it back up there. I want you to stay in position, but you go ahead and straighten your legs and wiggle them out. Actually, let's go ahead and step out and do a quick kick out, because I want you to get the feel. It's an awareness of where you are in space, that once you find your sweet spot, you get that muscle memory. So try to step out to where you were once you hinged. We'll do that in a moment. I want you to try to get it by feel first, or even looking down and thinking, I think my feet were about that far apart. Go ahead and let's hinge forward, pull that tummy in though, and look. Are you just inside or just outside or right under those hands? Then you're in the right spot. Let's come back up. So we want to start out with getting the belly up and back into place and getting that tuck curl by using the core. Softly bend, hand on belly, lower back, big inhale. Exhale, belly button up and back. Tighten those bonds. Again, it feels weird with the feet wide, but we can still do it. Inhale again. Exhale, stretch, get those ribs up, shift weight back and off big toe. Now back in the heels isn't going to be quite as far back as when your feet are closer together, but this is where you should be. As we do oil wells, and especially as we come back up, we want to make sure that weight's shifted in the heels and the knees are out. If you have a hard time pushing your knees out, you may just need to come in a little bit closer, and then you'll be able to push your knees out better. Because trust me, we're not going to reach all the way through. Yes, you need to be able to reach through a little bit, but you shouldn't be so wide that you can't keep everything activated, or you're going to hurt your knees. Not what we want. So this is the stance, so to speak. I'm going to turn to the side. When you're doing these moves where you're going to go down, I don't want you craning your neck to look at me, so you need to turn to the side as well. Get that sweet spot again. Softly bend, hand on belly, lower back, big inhale. Exhale, belly button up and back, tighten bonds. Inhale again. Exhale, stretch your ribs up, shift weight back and off big toe. The last part of this is we're just going to go forward and get in position, and then the next video will actually get into the move. So again, hinging from the hips, knees out, knees out, knees out, tilt and stop. Pull that tummy in and go to your best flat back. It doesn't matter that you actually go flat. What I don't want is for you to release your core and your glutes and come down here and say, I'm flat, but you just released here, and that's going to protect your lower back. I want you to think of opening out from your ankle up. That's going to help open up that sciatic nerve, but you need to pull in that tummy even though it's not tucked, to help protect the lower back. You can hang on to your hands just like we do for primary back stretch, only it's wider. So put that thumb there, kind of help hold it there as you pull that tummy in. You're going to arch that tailbone just slightly. You're not scooping out, okay? Just a slight pull that tummy in. Then as you would hook your hands and press the pointer fingers together, you will release on down. That's a little release in the glutes, knees out, but you're not letting the tummy go. See, if I let the tummy go, I just kind of sink. When I go down, I don't want to be sinking. I just want to be reaching, but still keeping everything activated. And we'll go over that more in the next video, okay? So let's walk it back up. And let's go through that one more time. Tuck, curl, ribs up, shift weight back off big toe. Go ahead and hook your thumb and press 4 fingers together. Hinge from the hips, knees out. Make sure you're pulling that tummy in. As you go to your best flat back, knees out, weight and heels, tummy in. Then you can relax the head on down. Hands on knees, let's walk back up. And then press as we bring those feet together. Quick kick out, freebie one today for 4. And let's lift touch for 4. Lot of work on that lower body, isn't it? So really make sure that you've got your stance where it feels comfortable in the sense that you don't feel like you're torquing your knee. Keep that core activated even though you're lowering down and obviously you're not tucked. And remember to just keep all those points together. Don't just sink. We don't want to just sink in. We want to keep the weight in the heels. So practice that a few times. You'll get a lot more out of this move if you set up correctly. Then you've got that kind of muscle memory. So as you go into the move, you'll keep that and get even more out of it and keep that perfect alignment and not have to worry quite so much about that once you've practiced this several times. Any questions? Let me know in the comments below.